All
All
right, let's
right.
go.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Season three,
Lot to
episode
deal with
12.
today.
Nikki's
Lot going
back.
on.
Thank God you're back, Nikki.
Yeah.
We missed you last week.
Right. We got a lot to wade through.
Brett
You,
stepped in, but you're my
he did a
host, not
great
Brett.
job. He
He
did
he did do
fantastic.
a
You
good
both did
job.
fantastic.
Maybe you should take off his sunglasses like Dion. Maybe he
I'm,
should. I mean,
I'll
I don't
try
know.
to I'll try to do my best.
You'll
Let's
be
get
fine.
into it. Let's
Let's
forget all
go.
about the two for reunion.
We we got to talk about Penn State IU to start off, right?
Right. Right.
But I mean, so last weekend, by the way, Shelly was out of town all weekend. So I
Right.
just watched football all day Saturday and Friday night. It was
Right. The
all
American way.
encompassing. It was unbelievable. I didn't leave the couch just to pee and eat. That was it.
Right.
From game day at 10 o'clock
Right.
until 1 a.m. in the morning when I went to
Right.
bed,
Right.
exhausted. But I did it because I'm a man.
Right.
All right. Mendoza, he had a
Right.
moment there.
Right. It's not, we're not talking about the Mario Mendoza line in baseball. We're
No.
talking about Fernando Mendoza, the
Yes.
quarterback from Christopher Columbus High School in Miami,
Yes.
who went out all the way out to Berkeley to play. And then this year, he transferred to Indiana, and it's worked out in a really big way.
It has.
Um,
It has.
they were Indiana was in a tough spot. I mean, Penn State, they were at Penn State. The crowd was revved up,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. The Penn
he
Staters
took
get
him right, took him down the field.
you got to give them credit, right? Because they have nothing to play for. They're out
Right,
of it. They're
right,
finished. Now they're 3-6. They were three
right,
and five at the time. Fans showed up.
right,
Players played hard for Terry Smith.
right,
But a minute 54 with no timeouts, and he had that big third and like 15 play where he hit that guy in the seam. That was a great throw. I mean, that was
yeah,
a big money with pressure all around him. He just threw
right,
a dart.
right,
And then the last touchdown, unbelievable.
yeah.
They
I mean,
called it a touchdown. I said it's got to be good. The ref was right there, and it was
right.
good.
And the catch before that, the guy Charlie Becker made along the
Yes,
sideline.
yes,
That
on the
was
left side.
fantastic.
Yeah, he
I
played
mean,
really well. Becker
yeah,
played really well for them.
yeah,
Big win. Um, Mendoza's crying after the game. Zignetti's crying on the sideline during an interview, a post-game interview. I mean,
right,
that was an emotional win for IU.
right,
So when your quarterback is crying, your head coach is crying, these guys are they want more than just the playoffs. I have a good feeling about this team, man. Now defensively, they're going to get shredded against the better teams because Penn State's offense is not great,
right,
and they scored 24 on them. So, I mean, against Georgia, Bama, they could have a problem, but let's not worry about that now.
right.
Um, Tulane beats Memphis. Memphis is basically knocked out at this point. It's a shame. I was kind of rooting for them.
The
Tulane's been
Tigers, yeah,
good all year, right? I mean, John
right,
Summerall, man, he's got that team playing really well.
right.
The Power Five entry into the playoffs, Nick. What do you got there, man? We have JMU, we have UCF, we got Tulane.
I
I mean,
think with what came out I think right now it's South Florida.
it is. By the way, it's
So,
winter time, so a little bourbon to keep the body warm.
right, right. So, but there's a long way to go. I mean,
There is.
there's like 3 or 4 games left. So we just have to, see how things shake out. It's too soon to really, like you said, it's the Power Five slot is very muddled, and it's
Muddled.
not going to clear up for maybe another month.
Well, South Florida runs a table, they're in because
Right,
they're the highest seed right
right.
now.
Whoever wins out is in.
Yeah. That Texas Tech watch. I watched all these games. Texas
Yeah,
like live. I was just flipping back and forth. Texas Tech, the beatdown they put on BYU, they've made their quarterback for the first time look like a freshman.
right,
They're
right.
legit.
Yeah.
They're legit on the defensive side of things. I mean, they're legit, legit. They got some dudes on that team that can really play. I wouldn't want to play them. I think they're serious. Um, and
I
then
don't
the
know how
I
they lost to Arizona State, but they did.
yeah, they did. They did. But They didn't have their starting quarterback is what happened. Um, how about Dante Moore driving Oregon down in that blowing storm? I made a little money on that game, by the way.
Oh,
Played the
good,
under
good. Yeah.
and played Iowa.
Right.
Little two-team parlay there.
Right.
Um, what did you think of that? Dante looked good, right?
Yeah, I didn't really I watched that game some. I watched Penn State, Indiana, the whole thing.
Yeah,
Um Iowa's tough. I mean,
they are tough.
especially, you know, they
40
do their
degrees,
thing.
raining though.
Right.
It was a hard game. They went in there and they won the game. They took it
Right.
from Iowa
Right.
because Iowa scores again with like a minute or two left, and Oregon drives down and gets that winning field goal in a blowing rainstorm.
Right.
Blowing.
Yeah, it's a
I
sweet
mean,
win for Oregon.
it is a very good win, a very, very solid win. They're happy to be back in the Northwest now, but they do not want to go to Iowa City anytime soon. They
Right.
they
They're
left
good.
there
Yeah.
a beaten team. I mean, they
Right.
were hurting, which
Right.
may affect them this week, but we'll see. Um, how about Wisconsin showing some fight finally for Luke? Luke Fickle gets the endorsement from the AD that he's going to be around one more year, and they
Right.
go out and beat Washington.
Yeah, I guess they said, look, we don't, maybe they told the alumni, look, we don't, unless somebody ponies up the money,
Yeah,
we don't have the
yeah,
money to
yeah,
cut him loose.
right.
So he's going to coach you another year. So everybody better get used to it.
And then the team went out and played for him, played hard,
Right.
which is they hadn't played hard all year.
Right.
But that was a good win for them. The Gators, man, how do they go into Lexington and get waxed like that? I mean, show some pride, man. Have some heart. What the hell? I mean,
Yeah,
Kentucky
I mean,
beat the
it's
shit out of
unbelievable.
them.
It's hard to watch. I mean, it's not hard to watch, but like since since we've been watching football, the Florida teams like Florida and Florida State have always been pretty good.
Yeah, oh yeah,
And
yeah,
just to see them get knocked around is like, whoa, you know.
yeah, yeah. That's a problem.
I mean,
And
like you
then,
said, they go up to Tennessee, I mean, up to Lexington, Kentucky, and it's like they just don't want to be there.
right, what are you doing, man? And
Yeah,
Mark Stoops is like, all right, you're going to give us this game. We're going to beat the shit out of you.
right,
The LSU situation is now the lawyers are involved.
right, right,
I
right, right,
had heard when I was down there a couple weeks ago that they had come to an agreement of 20 million because they had calls and they knew he was having relations with the secretary. I don't know what they said. They had the goods on Kelly.
right,
But Kelly's like, F you, pay me all my money.
right,
I want my money.
right,
Okay. And now the lawyers are involved. And by the way, making LSU look like a third-rate operation. You
right.
fire
Which,
the coach, you know you owe him 54 million when you fire him. You got to show some class like A&M did. Here's your check, Jimbo. Just get the hell out of here,
right.
right? Not LSU.
I wish somebody would cut me a check for 54 million.
Yes.
They wouldn't sue me.
LSU.
I wouldn't sue. I just,
I would take the buyout of 20 with cause.
yeah,
I don't care. I'll
yeah,
take that.
yeah,
Um, just just a weird, and they're gonna have a hard time hiring a coach. It's I don't know
yeah.
what's
I
going
mean,
on there, but
look, it's a
it's a
top
bad look.
job, but
It's a bad look for them.
right,
It's a great job. I don't know.
right,
That's a top five job in the country.
right.
Talent in
But
that state is not unparalleled for the size of that state. It's really good, man.
oh, definitely.
Um, no coaches got fired this week, thank goodness.
First time in a while.
It is first time in a while. And looks like Luke Fickle's safe for now. Loxley, let's talk about Mike. You know,
At Maryland.
the Board of Regents had a meeting on Tuesday to discuss coaches' salaries and contracts. And I don't know what that conversation was about, but I'm assuming it was about Mike Loxley. Um, I went to the Georgetown, Maryland game and had like a 5-minute conversation with the new AD
Right,
about locks. And he thinks, that he said, listen, man, if I thought that they weren't giving it their all or really working hard to get better, he'd be out.
Right.
It's Jim Smith, right from his mouth,
That's
he'd
an
be out.
honest answer.
But he
Yeah.
goes, it's not the case, man. I'm there every day at practice, and these guys are killing themselves trying to win games. So there's a lot of respect for Locks and what he's doing. He just said we're so young. And
Right.
young players make mistakes, man. And you have a true freshman quarterback. He's going to be great next year, but this year there's going to be some growing pains. And unfortunately, you know, 4-8 looks like what it's going to be. I mean, they're going to lose to Illinois, they're going to lose to Michigan, and then you hope they beat Michigan State, who's a train wreck. I guess they might be going on probation. I don't know what the hell's going on at Michigan State. That's
Yeah,
just something.
they're on probation, but it's like not as serious. I don't know. It just happened a few hours ago.
Yeah, double secret
Yeah.
probation or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, and then the last coach on our list is Beamer, who I guess is starting to get a little salty at South
Oh,
Carolina.
down in Clemson.
Yeah, yeah. So Shane
Gamecocks.
may leave himself.
Right.
And the addition to the hot seat from 2 weeks ago, Dabo had a big win. It's not a big win because FSU's terrible,
Right. But he's
but
not hot seat with a capital H. He's
no.
like,
Mario Cristobal with another win, so I guess
right,
he's safe for now. And then Matt Campbell won last week. It's a
right,
big win for them, man. So
right.
I think all those coaches are good, but not it's not a coincidence they all won after we put them on the hot seat. By the way, Nick, all right. Word might have got to them that we put them on the hot seat and they had to pick it up. Um, all right, you got the playoff bracket, right? Do you
I
see it?
do. Do you want me to go take you through it?
Yeah, take me through it, man. It looks like there's going to be some great first round matches.
Okay, so obviously there's still some games to be played. We've got right now, as it stands right now, we've got South Florida in the 12 spot. And the Bulls would play the Bulldogs, Georgia, in
Right,
the 12-5 game. Um, the 9 seed is Notre Dame. Against the 8th seed, they would go out to Oregon to play the Eugene. They would go out to Eugene, Oregon to play the Ducks. The 11th seed is Miami, Florida, and they would go to Lubbock to play the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And then the 10th seed would be the Texas Longhorns, and they would go to Oxford to play the Mississippi
yeah.
Rebels. I guess I'm not sure what their name is
And the
anymore.
top four seats did not change. Still Ohio
Right.
State, Indiana, A&M,
Right.
and
So
Alabama.
it looked like it was going to change because it looked like Indiana was going to lose to Penn State, but by God, they pulled it out. So right now we've got Alabama in the 4 seed, Ohio State in the 1 seed, Texas A&M Aggies in the 3 seed, and Indiana in the 2 seed.
Right.
And I think one thing to note is the Friday night after Thanksgiving, November 28th, Texas is going to host A&M. So
Yes.
that right there is going to decide something.
I don't think it will, and I'll
Right.
tell you why. Because I think Texas will
Okay.
lose this week to Georgia, and then that A&M game, it'll be a nice win for them if they beat A&M. But A&M will be in by then. So
Right.
I don't. I mean, it'll be a great game. Believe me,
Right.
they want to kill each other and all that
Right.
stuff. But I think by then Texas will be eliminated because a 3-win Texas team cannot get in over Notre Dame, cannot get win can get in over Oklahoma, but not a two-loss Oklahoma team. So there's
Right.
so many parameters. Not a two-loss Miami team who beat Notre Dame. I don't think they get in over them. And there's just so many angles to get at this thing. We'll
Right.
see what happens. It's a lot of football left to play. All right.
Right. Exactly.
Um, impress versus depress segment. Tulane looked good. Memphis, what a they got beat. Indiana was obviously impressed with the comeback and win there, but I thought Penn State was equally impressive considering where they're at this year. They
Yeah.
played hard. I had friends at the game that were texting us, and they said that the crowd is insane right now. It's crazy there. So wish it would have been a better outcome for them. They got kind of hosed in that. How about Nebraska going with a backup quarterback into UCLA and killing the lock?
Yeah. I mean, what can you do? The guy was like 11 for 11. like three touchdowns. I mean, they weren't like he didn't throw for like 500 yards or
Yeah,
something, but you got
yeah.
to tip your hat to the guy, you
A
know?
good win for them, man. Good win
Right,
for Nebraska.
right,
Good win for Matty Rule too, right?
right, right.
Texas Tech, obviously, we talked about them just beat down on BYU. I watched a lot of that game.
Yeah,
I watched
they
all
just
these games.
lock you down on
That
defense.
was a beat down.
Right,
And then Georgia, Mississippi State was like the darling. Oh, everyone on all the betting sites. Oh, Mississippi State, that's our upset pick of the week. Mississippi State. Georgia better be careful. Georgia beat the shit out of them in
right,
Starkville, as they should.
right.
And then Oregon, obviously, that win and kind of knocked Iowa out of the playoff hunt. That was a backbreaker for Iowa.
I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah, they're done. And Oregon, it could propel them. So here we go. I was 9-12. Brett was 9-9. You were 6-12, man. You took a beating. That was
Yeah, yeah, hard beating. I
um
tried to change it up with more overs, but it just it, I'm 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 having a tough time here. So
you
hopefully
took the
this week will be
under.
a little bit better.
He took the under in game one. Um, I took Memphis. Brett took Tulane. He won there. We
Right,
all, me and Brett both took Northwestern, thinking they're going to play Southern Cal tough. You
right,
took the under. Nobody hit there.
right.
Um,
Did you see, just for a second, did you see this thing with Lincoln Riley put his third string quarterback
yes, yes, he
in
did.
the same number jersey as the punter and sent him out there? And then
Yes.
I guess the league, Big Ten's like, look, you can't do that. He's like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, come on, dude, come on.
Yeah, right. He sent
You
them out
know,
for a fake punt.
right,
Right. That was Bush League. He's
right,
he, he's he's not one of my favorite people. I think he's a terrible coach. I mean, they got
right,
some talent, and
right,
they're gonna get beat this week, I think.
right,
Who they play Iowa, I think. Maybe not, but
right,
they're gonna lose to Oregon. They'll be out. They're not gonna
right,
beat Oregon.
right.
I picked Indiana because I said I'm not voting against Ignetti again, and he let me down, 14 and a half point favorites.
No, that's all right. I mean, you have to go,
Well, you
because
took
it's
Penn
just
State.
like
You got that one.
until you get knocked out, yeah,
Yeah. I've never
Indiana
picked
was
them.
a strong team to ride.
I kept not picking them, thinking
Right.
the gravy train's gonna end, and the time it does, I picked them. Penn State, you picked Penn State, nice call. Me and Brett both picked Temple. You picked Army, which won 14-13.
This was
It
a really good game.
was a very good game. Temple played them tough. Army had a chance to win the game twice at the goal line with the clock
Right.
expiring and went down both times. They score, they cover.
Right.
They win by 8.
That's
They did not do it.
right,
Army isn't playing those games. I don't think their
right,
players are gambling,
right.
but the Temple guys' players are. They were probably pretty happy about that. By the way, the game of the week was Texas Tech Brigham Young. I didn't go with this one. I picked Tech. Brett picked Tech. You picked BYU. Game of the week now is 25-7. So we had a
All right. That's
good
pretty
week.
good, man. Whew. Good
Um,
job. Good
Georgia,
work.
Mississippi State. I took Mississippi State. I fell into the trap that everyone was talking about. Brett took Georgia. You took the under. You didn't hit either. 41-21 dogs.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow. 61, 62 points in that game.
I took Miami in a beatdown. You took Cuse. Brett took the over that hit. Cuse hit. And it was 38-10, 28-point victory by the U. The spread was 28 and a half.
Right.
Vegas, baby. Okay, that's all you
Yeah.
got to say about that. I loved A&M. Brett loved A&M. You liked Mizzou. A&M shows why they're A&M, and that was a good win for them. Um, I took Oregon and the under. Brett took Oregon. You took Oregon. The
I
only
loved
I hit
Oregon in this game.
was the
Loved them.
under.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, as game time came closer, I did bet Iowa.
All right.
I did bet. I mean, my money was with Iowa and the under, but I picked Oregon earlier. But as I saw more stuff in the weather and all that, I knew it wasn't going to be a high scoring game, and I knew Iowa would be. If it's low scoring, Iowa's in the game.
Right.
Um, Iowa State, they're coming off like three or four bad losses, right? I mean, they look terrible. They go to
Yeah,
Fort
they have
Worth.
huge injuries.
They go into Fort Worth and win the game 20-17, man. You took the over, didn't hit. Me and Brett both took TCU. None of that hit.
Yeah,
We all took
then Ober didn't even come close.
And then this game here, 45-38 Vandy in overtime. I took Vandy in the over. They both hit. Brett took Vandy. You took Auburn. I'm wearing the Auburn hat because a lot of respect for DJ Durkin and what he did this week. That team played hard.
Right,
Vanderbilt's just a good team. They probably should have beat them in regulation. I watched a lot of that game, but Vandy just kept coming and they kept coming, and it ended up being a tie going to OT, and they ran out of gas in OT. It's a good win for Vandy, but Auburn played like old Auburn, like Scam Newton Auburn, right? Not like current Auburn with Hugh Freeze, who's just a dog. Um,
right.
Washington getting 11 at Whiskey. I took Washington. Brett took Washington, and you took Wisconsin. Good call. I guess too many points. Is that what you were thinking there?
Yeah,
Well, that hit. That was a great hit there. 13-10 Wisconsin straight up on the money line.
right.
Me and Brett both took the Ville. You took the over, which hit, and Cal went in there and beat him at Louisville.
That's incredible.
The
That's like an under the radar guy to watch. Is
great
there's
W.
like what 10 or 11 coaching jobs open out there, and Wilcox is a strong coach at Cal. He might end up with one of them. You know.
Let's hope. Let's hope
Yeah.
because I hear a lot of noise about retreads more than new faces.
Right.
Let's hope. Okay, let's hope.
Right.
I like Clemson. Brett liked the under. You like Clemson. 24-10 Clemson. Florida State's they're just done, man. They're terrible. I don't
Right.
Norvell, the only reason he has a job is because they don't have any money to pay him or they don't want
Right.
to pay him.
Right.
That's the only reason why.
Right.
Because
Well, they have a lot of money, but they just don't have that kind of money.
right, they don't have real money.
Right.
Um, Florida, Kentucky, laying 3. I should have known this was a stinky line. Like,
Right.
why are they only favored by 3? Kentucky's terrible.
Right.
I know why, because they beat them 38-7. That's why, because the
Yeah.
Gators are dogs.
Yeah.
All of us picked Florida, all of us lost.
Right.
Navy at Notre Dame. I picked Navy in the over. My money went with Notre Dame in the over. So I cashed out on that one as well. And then you both picked Navy and Notre Dame respectfully beat the shit out of them, right?
Right.
They are respectful, but they beat the shit out of them.
Right. The weather was crazy in South Bend.
Yeah,
I was so glad we weren't there. It was
yeah,
terrible.
yeah. And then LSU, which I thought was done. They played tough, but they're done.
Right.
Tied covered. They won by 11. It was a 9.5, 10-point spread. Um, we all hit that. You played the under, which hit. Nice. And then the lock, we all had UCLA thinking everyone picked UCLA. Brent picked them too, and they lost 28-21 to Nebraska.
Right.
So overall, I'm 115 and 103, 52.75%. Not very good. Brett, I mean, you're 90 and 98, 47.87%.
Yeah, I'm crashing.
And Brett, two seasons in a row now, he's 18 and 19, 48.46%, 64%.
Okay,
So
that's
here we
not
go.
all
We
right.
ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Wrigley
Here we
Field
go.
this week, by
We
the
gotta
way.
raise the team GPA.
Wrigley Field this week. I love
Right.
the baseball football games. All right. Clemson, Friday night, getting 2.5 points at the Ville. This line to me looks a little wonky. Why is Clemson getting 2.5 points? Louisville just lost to Cal, and Clemson had a good win against Florida State. What do you say?
I've watched a lot of Clemson this year.
You like
I'm
Clemson, I
taking
know.
Louisville. I'm laying the 2.5. And if Clemson's defense gets it together, I'll live with it. I mean, all these guys on Clemson, like Peter Woods and TJ Parker, and they're all like, oh yeah, these guys are top 10 picks in the NFL draft. Can they make a tackle once a year? You
Exactly.
know?
So you're picking the Ville?
I'm picking the Ville.
So am I. So am I.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't think so. I think the Ville comes back and stomps them. That's why the line's stinky. I think it should be at the 6, 7 point line.
right,
Um, Good pick. Minnesota also on Friday night going into Eugene, 25 and a half. Over under is 44 and a half.
right.
So I think Minnesota's in trouble here. Um, I'm going to take Oregon, laying the number. It's a huge number. And I'm also going to take the number. I see a 31-3 game, 38-7 game. I think it's going to be low scoring, and I think Oregon beats them pretty handily.
Okay. I'll take the under.
Okay. I like the under there too. All right. Wisconsin getting 30 and a half at Indiana. Why is Wisconsin getting so many points? Their defense is pretty good, right?
Right.
Held Washington 10 points. Indiana was just in a dogfight. When they left State College, I think banged up, banged up. I mean, Penn State played hard that game. Mendoza got rocked more than one time.
Right.
30 and a half. It's a stinky line. So I'm going to take Indiana to cover it. I think they're trying to lure you into taking Wisconsin so they can take your money. Vegas is good like that. I'm going to take Indiana there.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna go with the over 43 and a half.
Okay. 40, it's 45 and a half now.
Okay.
That went up a little bit. I
Okay.
updated the lines today.
Okay.
All right. South Florida getting 10 and a half at Navy, right? No, they're yeah. No, they're favored by 10 and a half at Navy.
Right.
Another line that's just like, what are you talking about? Navy's pretty decent, man. I mean, I get South Florida, but they're coming to Annapolis to play them. The line doesn't make sense, so I'm going to take South Florida because of that.
Okay. I'm gonna
You?
go with the under there, under 64 and a half.
It's 65 and a half now, bumped
Okay.
up. If you're going to play the over, and let me know, and I'll tell you what it is, okay?
Okay.
South Carolina getting 19 and a half at A&M. Another line that just seems like way out of whack. I mean, South Carolina is not very good. A&M's good. I'm going to take South Carolina here and the under. I'm going to double bet this.
Okay.
What do you got?
I'm gonna take South Carolina getting 19 and a half and hope that good South Carolina gets on the plane.
Even mediocre South Carolina could keep it
Right.
19 and a half. Man, that's a
I
lot
don't
of
think there
points.
is mediocre. There's either good or abysmal. And you know right away.
Yeah.
They never come back or
No,
anything.
no, there's and
It's
they're
either you know
they're
it by the
reeling this
like
year.
10-minute mark or 8-minute mark. Oh, it's good
Oh,
South Carolina
you'll
showed
know
up.
by the first quarter. There's no doubt. Right.
Right,
You will know.
right. You don't have to
Michigan
watch the rest of the game.
laying 12 and a half against Northwestern. 41 and a half is the over under in Wrigley. I like
What do you,
Northwestern here, getting that kind of number. I just think this game will be closer than it seems. I think Michigan
I'm gonna go
wins
with the over here.
over 41 and a half.
Yeah,
Okay. Notre Dame, and I'm sporting the Pitt jersey, the Tony Dorsett Pitt jersey. Can you see it, Nick?
I do. It's sweet. Oh, you
Yeah,
got the
it's nice.
autograph too.
Autograph too. My friend Twyla Taylor had. She's Tony Dorsett's cousin, so she had Dorsett sign it for me.
Oh, it's
Very
really
nice.
nice.
Yeah. Um. So we got Notre Dame laying 11 and a half at Pitt. I'm going to take Notre Dame, another line that doesn't make sense to me. So I'm going to go with what they want me to take Pittsburgh here. I'm not going to. I'm going to take Notre Dame here. I think Notre Dame's defense is going to confuse the freshman quarterback, and they're going to have problems against that defense.
Once again, I'm gonna go with the under.
The under 55 and a half.
Yeah.
Okay. Appalachian State laying 20 and a half. I mean, Appalachian State getting 20 and a half at JMU. I will be at the game. Me, Ian, and Shelly are all going. The
Oh,
Romanos
cool.
have invited us, hosted us there, and we are looking forward to going. So we will be there. Um, I'm gonna take JMU. I'm the host of a guy and a family who has two kids there. I can't root against them. Let's go, JMU.
Okay, go Dukes. JMU. Me too. I'll take them and lay the points.
Nice. The big number, but it's three touchdowns.
Right.
Central Florida getting 24 and a half at Texas Tech. I think Central Florida is going to have a hard time. Frosty's going to have a hard time generating any offense against them. So I'm gonna take Tech here. It's
Okay.
a lot of points, but
Right.
I like Tech's defense, man. They are stout. I mean, they are relentless.
Right. I'm gonna
What do
go
you
with
think?
the under again. I got too many unders, but that's what I like.
Yep, 47 and a half is the number.
Yeah.
All right. Game of the week, right? This is it. This is
Right.
the game of the week right here.
Right.
Um, let me write this down. Game of the week. The game of the week is 25 and 7 over the last 2 years. Very stout. Toughest. It's not the toughest game to predict, but it's the best game of the two best teams every year, every week. And Texas is getting 6.5 at Georgia. I'm going to take the dogs here at home. The dogs showed me a lot last week against Mississippi State, and I think their defense will step up here against my boy Arch. I don't. I see Texas being eliminated here. They're done. They've been close to being eliminated all year, and this is the final nail in the coffin.
Right.
I think Georgia beats them by 7, 10, 14 points. I, it's going to be electric there in Athens.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Texas just because I think there's a little bundle of points to catch there.
Yep, it is a lot of points, 6.5, but I like it being under that key number of seven,
Right.
though. You know, I do like that. If it was seven, I'd have a little heartburn, but at 6.5, I like that. All right, NC State getting 14 and a half at Miami. Um, NC State's awful. They're awful defensively. The U's trying to make style points now because they're trying to get into the hunt, which they're in right now, but they know they got to keep going hard. So I'm going to take the U, laying the 14 and a half, and I'm also going to take the over. I think they stomp NC State's defense is terrible. I
All
think
right.
they
I'm
stomp
gonna
them.
I'm gonna take the U as well. I'm not gonna take the over, but I'm gonna take UM.
Okay. All right. Penn State laying 7.5 at home. Michigan State's at 7.5 point underdog. I mean, in East Lansing. I'm going to take MSU here to keep it tough. I don't think Penn State's. I mean, they had their game last week, but now they're on the road, hostile environment, probably going to be crappy weather.
Yeah.
I,
Oh, it's always crappy weather.
yeah,
Once
it
it's
is always
once it's
crappy weather.
November, yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna be tough.
I've been there for a November game, Nick. It was not easy. It rained the
Oh, I
whole
remember it. I remember
game.
you
Yeah,
calling me, and
bone on bone, as they
yeah,
say
it
there.
was the horizontal rainstorm.
Yes, I had the tarp over me. I was there at that game. Penn State,
Right.
Michigan State. All right, what do you think?
I'm
49
gonna
and a
go
half.
with the under on a weather. Say it's a weather game
Okay.
in East Lansing.
All right. Another really, really good game. Oklahoma getting 6.5 in Tuscaloosa against Alabama. The Tide, they're just finding how to win. Their defense is starting to wake up, play like Alabama defense. Kalen DeBoer's figuring out the offense. I think Bama beats them here. I think they beat them pretty handily. I think it's a 17-point win. I'm going to take the Tide here, laying the 6.5.
I'm gonna join you as well. Go to Roll Tide.
Iowa getting 6.5, traveling halfway across the country against USC. Here we go.
I
What
don't
do
know
you
what
think?
Iowa's got in the tank this week.
I
I
know.
mean, they're like they were in a knockdown, drag out rock fight last week against Oregon.
A game they desperately wanted to win to keep their hopes, and now their hopes are
Right,
gone.
right.
They're a three-loss Big Ten team. They're done. That's why I'm going to take USC. And I think the travel kicks their butt, and USC's desperate for the win. So I'm going to take. I'm going to take USC here. 49 and a half is the over under.
I'm Boy, there's going to be a lot of fans from Iowa that are going to go out to USC to watch this game.
Oh yeah, they want to warm up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, I'll take the under there as well.
Okay. Another game, another stinky line. At least I think it is. Virginia getting 5.5 at Duke. Virginia's been very good this year. They've had a couple stinky losses, but they overall they've been okay. Duke's 5-4. I guess they're everyone's darling. They lost to Connecticut last week. No business losing to Connecticut. So Virginia's getting 5.5. I think that's a terrible line. So what I'm gonna say is I'm gonna take Duke then. I think they want you to take Virginia in the 5.5. I hate taking Duke, and I'm also gonna take the over here. It's 57 and a half. I think this game goes over.
I'm going to take the Cavs there.
You gonna take UVA?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Maryland, our school,
right.
going into Illinois, 14 and a half point underdogs in
This could is
Champaign.
this could get ugly for the Terps.
You think so?
I
Well,
mean,
I'm taking Illinois because business is business, and I
right.
like to get a W more than and Maryland season's done, man. Yeah, I'm gonna take Illinois there. 53 and a half is the over under.
I'm going to take Maryland. I think Locks. I don't think Loxley's given up. I don't think the team's given up.
They haven't. They haven't.
Yeah,
You're right.
I'll
They
take the
haven't.
Terps.
I agree. They haven't given up, but man, they just losing to Rutgers. Come on, man.
Yeah, that was tough, man.
That was tough.
Right.
All right, UCLA after the debacle last week, going into Columbus, getting 32 and a half, 48 and a half over under. I think that's a lot of points. I mean, I think Nico would love to go there and have a good showing because he's
But he's
obviously leaving at the end of the year.
right.
And if he can show out against
That's a good point.
Ohio
Good
State,
thinking.
I think it'll
Right.
he'll get a couple looks and some cash. So I'm going to take UCLA in the 32 and a half because I think Nico's going to play good.
Boy, I think I can see this is a night game in Columbus with boy, the Bruins are in a tough spot here. Um,
32 and a half, though, that means they'd have to give up, have to lose by 5 touchdowns.
32 and a half is too many, though. I'll take the Bruins.
Yeah. All right. And then the last game of the night, TCU getting 4.5 at Brigham Young. It to me, it looks like a Brigham Young comeback game. It's a low number. Why is TCU only getting 4.5? Brigham Young should be favored by a lot more than that. They just lost last week to Iowa State. That's why I'm going to take TCU, Nick.
Right. Right.
Because I think this line is shit. It's shit for a reason because Vegas knows people want to jump all over BYU. So I'm going to take TCU on the 4.5. 52 and a half is the over under.
Right.
What do you think?
I like TCU there. I like the Horned Frogs.
Okay. All right. The lock took a beating
Right.
to a backup quarterback.
Right.
Um, so we're 5-6 in the lock. It's time to get off our ass and pick a winner
Right.
here. What do we got, Nikki?
Um, there's a few games I kicked around here. It like I said, it's treacherous picking because you don't know who's
Yeah,
packed it in for the season. But I
right.
think I'm going to go with the Ville at home. Um,
Louisville at home
yeah,
in that game, and they are playing. Who are they
Clemson
playing?
on Friday night.
Clemson on Friday night. Okay. All right. I like that. Louisville over Clemson.
Right.
You think they wake up and they play tough?
Yeah, they beat them last year in Clemson pretty handily.
Yeah,
Um,
they got a lot to play for. Clemson
right,
does not. Right.
right,
All right. So the RIP this week, some weeks we don't have anyone die.
right.
This
We've
week
got
we
a
had
lot to go through here.
three people die. We
Right,
can make small mentions of all of them. We don't have to sit there and talk for an hour. And
right,
it's also the Marine Corps' 250th anniversary,
right.
which I know any kind of the services, the armed forces are a big part of your life with your brother being involved in it.
And your
So
brother too. Your brothers were in
yes,
the armed
my brother
forces
was
as
in the
well.
Navy. Yes, he was. He was.
Yeah.
So
So we,
outside of that, Michael Sugar Ray Richardson died.
right,
Old Nick Net point guard, right?
right. So we're gonna try to quickly go through all this stuff.
Okay, go.
As you said, this week marks the 250th anniversary of the United States Marine Corps, and we're going to try to quickly identify some individuals who played college and professional football and were also in the Marine Corps. First guy up, Lieutenant General Ernie Cheatham, played for the Steelers, played for the Colts, was a lieutenant colonel in Vietnam, retired as a lieutenant general, was key to the battle for Hue City in 1968 during the Tet Offensive. Second guy is Jack Loomis. He played for Baylor University and the New York Giants. He was a Medal of Honor winner at on Iwo Jima in 1945, and his ship has been named after him. Another man who lost his life on Iwo Jima was Lieutenant Jack Chavigny. He was from the University of Notre Dame. He was the coach of the Chicago Cardinals, and Howard Smiley Johnson, who was from Georgia and played for the Green Bay Packers, was in the Marine Corps and was killed in action on Iwo Jima. So that we just wanted to take time out to recognize that.
It
And
is
then we
Veterans
have
Week.
some more, I guess, regular. Paul Tagliabue passed away on Sunday. We know him as the commissioner of the National Football League for
Or
about
tags. Or
tags
tags.
for about 15 years. Interestingly, he was from New Jersey, right near where the Lincoln Tunnel is. So most people know where that is. He held the rebounding record at Georgetown for many years before a guy named Pat Ewing got there, and many didn't hold the record anymore. And
Tags
then
took over for Roselli, right? He took over for Pete Rozelle.
took over for Pete Rozelle. That's
Yeah,
right. That's right. And
right.
did a lot, expanded the league, added teams Jacksonville,
Yeah,
Charlotte, um, straightened out when Baltimore left from Cleveland, got Cleveland a replacement team.
yeah,
So there was
yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
And then the final person is
Lenny Wilkens.
Michael Ray Richardson, as you
No, no,
said.
Lenny Wilkens.
Oh, Lenny Wilkens. How could I forget it? Lenny Wilkens, the most important of all. Um, Obviously, he's from Brooklyn. He went to a boys' high, but he wasn't a star player really in high school because he worked all the time, and he sort of got a scholarship to Providence College, and he wasn't like a terrific play. Then he got drafted on the first round by the St. Louis Hawks before they moved to Atlanta. And the end of the story is he's a terrific individual. He was voted really voted to the NBA Hall of Fame as one of the top 50 players
Yeah,
in 1996,
yeah,
and also he's one of the top five coaches with the most wins. You can't do any better than that.
yeah. And won a championship with the Supersonics, right?
Right, right. Won a championship in 1979 with the Supersonics. Because I know you're one of those people, the very few who stayed up late at night
I did.
watching the game
I
from the
did.
West Coast.
Yeah, me and Yato would stay up late and
Yeah,
order Anthony's Pizza and watch the
right.
games because they didn't do tape delay. They played it at like 11 o'clock at night. We stayed up
Yeah,
and watched.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that was
yeah,
great. All right.
yeah.
So let's have a week this week, Nikki. Let's
Right,
get some picks right.
right,
Let's get the lock, Louisville. Let's go the Ville,
right.
and I'm gonna have a time at Jamie. I'll report back. First
All
time
right.
there for a game. I've been there before, but not for a game. Looking
Okay.
forward to it. It's supposed to
Me
be
too.
great atmosphere.
Me too.
Um, just I love road tripping, as you know. So this is just one of the trips for the year, man. It's been a really good year, and
Right.
almost went to Rutgers last week, but I
And
just
it'll
didn't
be
have it in
less
my
hot than
heart.
at Texas A&M.
I'm glad. I'm glad it didn't go.
Right.
But I did saw Stanford, saw A&M, and now we're going to see JMU, and then I'm going to Army Navy to finish off the year. So it's
That's
it's
a
been
great
a
way
good
to
year.
do it, man. You can't
Yeah,
do it any better than
four
that.
four four road trips. All
Right.
right, I will
All right.
talk to you this week. I'll
All
let you
right.
know
Good
what's going
seeing you.
on.
Good luck to you. Good luck to both of us on the picks.
Yep. See you, man.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Bye.